What if the key to saving a lost kingdom lies in the whispers of an ancient tree? Discover the untold journey of courage, wisdom, and unity that will leave you captivated from start to finish.
Please like, comment, subscribe for more interesting story.
Long ago, in the heart of Africa, there existed a flourishing kingdom named Nata. At its center stood the great Baobab, a sacred tree carved with symbols of wisdom and history. The people revered the tree, believing it held the spirit of their ancestors. But as Nata grew wealthier, greed overshadowed their reverence. King Otieno declared, "The strength of Nata lies not in an old tree, but in my power." The people, fearful of disobeying, cut down the great Baobab. The earth groaned, the skies darkened, and by morning, the fertile plains turned to wasteland. Nata was cursed, its prosperity lost. Among the people was Adisa, a young woman who heard the whispers of the wind. One night, a voice called to her, "Restore what was lost, or Nata will be forgotten." The elders told her of a hidden city where the spirit of the great Baobab waited for the worthy. Adisa set out at dawn, carrying her amulet and hope in her heart. She freed a lion trapped in thorns, and the grateful creature said, "Kindness begets kindness. Call my name if ever you're in need." At a dried-up riverbed, an old woman offered Adisa water from a hidden spring. "Remember," the woman said, "the heart that seeks wisdom must also carry humility." Adisa reached a forest of ancient baobab trees, their roots forming a wall around the hidden city. Her amulet glowed, and the gates opened, revealing a city where trees and stone merged in harmony. Inside the city, Adisa met the spirit of the great Baobab, a glowing figure with branches for arms. "To restore Nata," the spirit said, "you must pass 3 trials: courage, humility, and unity." In a deep cavern, Adisa faced a giant serpent guarding a glowing seed. Remembering Zuberi's promise, she called his name, and the lion appeared, roaring to scare the serpent away. Adisa stood before a river of molten gold, its glow tempting her to rebuild Nata's wealth. She bowed her head and walked past, choosing wisdom over greed. In a labyrinth, Adisa kept returning to the beginning, no matter how hard she tried. She joined forces with the shadows of others, and together they found the exit. The spirit presented Adisa with a glowing sacred seed. "Plant this in the heart of Nata," the spirit said, "and let it remind your people of the strength found in wisdom and unity." Adisa returned to Nata and planted the seed in the center of the barren plains. A new baobab tree sprouted, its branches stretching toward the heavens, and the kingdom was restored. The baobab tree brought life back to Nata. Rivers flowed, fields turned green, and animals returned as the people rejoiced in their renewed kingdom. King Otieno stepped down, humbled by Adisa's wisdom. He made her the kingdom's chief advisor, vowing to honor the lessons of the great Baobab. The story of Adisa and the great Baobab became a legend. Passed through generations, it reminded all of the power of wisdom, humility, and unity.
Let me tell you another interesting story.
Ayanda sat under the baobab tree, weaving a wedding cloth with threads of red, gold, and indigo. "Every thread carries a piece of my heart," she told Layla, who smiled with gratitude. A storm raged through the village, and Layla and Teboho were caught in the floodwaters. By morning, their lifeless bodies were found in the fields, hands still clasped together. Ayanda locked herself in her hut, leaving the wedding cloth unfinished. The loom stood abandoned, and the threads seemed to mock her grief. Under the glow of the moon, a shimmering figure appeared, draped in a cloth of stars. "Do not let grief bury your gift," the elder said. "Weave to honor love and keep their memory alive." Ayanda carried the unfinished wedding cloth to the tree of ancestors. With trembling hands, she began weaving again, her threads now telling a story of resilience and hope. The villagers came to Ayanda, asking for cloths to honor their loved ones. Each tapestry she wove carried a story, connecting the living with the departed and bringing peace to the village. In her dream, Ayanda saw Layla standing beneath the tree of ancestors, radiant and smiling. "Mother," Layla said, holding the wedding cloth, "you have given our love a voice." Ayanda called on the villagers to bring tokens of love and memory. With each piece, the tapestry grew, connecting the village to the ancestors and the living. The tapestry was hung from the tree of ancestors, its patterns shimmering in the light. The village gathered beneath it, singing songs of love and unity. When Ayanda's time came, the villagers wove a cloth in her honor and laid it at the Baobab tree. Her story became part of the village's eternal legacy. The tale of Ayanda and her tapestries spread across generations. The Baobab tree stood tall, its branches carrying the voices of love and memory into eternity. The tale of Ayanda and her tapestries spread across generations. The Baobab tree stood tall, its branches carrying the voices of love and memory into eternity.